All right, we're back, everybody. This is going to be the NFC the NFC podcast. We're going to do a preview on what we think is going to happen in the NFC this season. We did an AFC one. You'll have to check that out if you haven't saw it already. Not sure when this is coming out, so I'm sure Dallas and Philly will already be kicked off. Probably Sunday slate's probably underway. We've been here busy with fantasy football. It's such a fun time. I'm a huge NFL fan. I like it more than college. It's my favorite sport as a fan. So this is really, my favorite time of the year when it comes to sports. So we'll just kick this one off, Bobby. Well, hold on. I didn't even introduce Bobby Gilliam. Our special guest for the second time, Bobby Gilliam. He's been with us at the News Express here since I was here, since I can remember. Very knowledgeable football. Any sport you ask him, he's got knowledge about it. So with that being said, Bobby, we'll just go through the NFC East and we'll look at the over and unders and kind of go from there.
Sounds good.
All right, Philly, they're over and under on the season, 11.5, plus 120 for the over, minus 140 for the under. Kind of shocking there, I believe. Washington, last year's big hot team, made it all the way to the NFC Championship. 9.5 wins on the season, minus 110 on the over, minus 110 on the under, so people can't decide there. Dallas, 7.5. That's the team that people have been talking about left and right here since last week, since Michael Parsons, and we'll get into that. 7.5 wins on the season, plus 110 for the over, minus 130 for the under. So a lot of people ain't liking that one.
No.
And moving on to the Giants, 5.5 wins on the season, minus 110 for the over, minus 110 for the under. Anything there stick out to you, Bobby? I mean, about this NFC East?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is based off last year's teams. That's why Washington is getting as much love as they are. Those two bottom teams actually intrigue me, Dallas and the Giants, because you get Dak back. I know you traded Micah Parsons, big loss. Getting Kenny Clark is a big game, though. I mean, he is a run stopper. So
at 2 first-round picks in the future, that's how you build teams.
Right. So I could see them, what was it, 7.5 for them?
7.5.
I see them getting over that. I actually see the Giants getting over 5.5. I mean, you got Wilson, you got a stable quarterback now. You've got a lot of young weapons between receivers, running backs, everything. The defense is scarily loaded. So if they get a chance to actually come off the field, not just stay on all day, that could be a different Giants team you're going to face. So
yeah, I agree. Philly, they're so solid, 11.5. You would imagine they get over that. Plus 120 shocked me with that one.
Yeah.
Because simply for the fact their defense is always young.
Yeah.
They just reload guys. They draft well. They did it again this year. I think I can't remember who they got there late, but they got another steal there late in the first round. Just always reloading and replenishing that defense. Saquon Barkley will be their key, I think, if he stays healthy. Yeah. They'll be right there in the mix. If he's not, if he's banged up or not, you can't take 2,000 yards off the field and still expect the same thing. So, to me, a lot of that, and I think Washington might be the team I think might take a step back because they'll have a tougher schedule. Yeah. People know what to expect for them, and they're an old team other than Jaden Daniels.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you still got to get him some young help. And going back to the Eagles, when Jalen Hurts is healthy, you look at the 1 year, he's kind of banged up. They kind of faltered that year. When he's healthy, they're a 14-win team.
Absolutely.
I mean, so there's nothing to indicate they can't hit 11.5, get 12 wins. I mean, I would take that bet all day. Yeah, it's probably one of the few I've heard so far that I would run to make that bet.
Absolutely, especially if Barkley's, absolutely. And there's no indication that he shouldn't be healthy all year. I mean, he lasted all last year.
If anything, your receivers might be healthier this year. They were kind of banged up last year. You still rolled to the Super Bowl, so.
They were. And, Goddard he just makes plays.
Yeah.
So, who do you like to win that division just right off the top of your head?
I still like the Eagles to win that division, but those next 3 spots are you flip a coin. I have no clue how that's going to end up, I do expect Giants and Cowboys both to be better. I expect Redskins. Jaden Daniels proved a lot last year, and even though he's got older weapons, he's got Zach Ertz at tight end. Never hurts, and getting Scary T back into camp is a big thing for him. He's going to need that, definitely. So
a lot of weapons there for a lot of those teams. It should be very interesting. Moving on to the NFC North, Detroit, 10.5 wins on the season, plus 110. minus 130. Minnesota, 8.5 wins on the season, minus 150, plus 130. Green Bay, 9.5 wins, minus 165, plus 140. Chicago, 8.5 wins, plus 140, minus 160. A lot of people like this division, and with the over-unders, man, you see why. I mean, that's a lot of love for this division.
Yeah, it's a lot of love there, but I'm not sure where it's really founded it. The Lions proved last year they were a pretty good team, and you're getting Aiden Hutchinson back this year. That is huge. The Vikings, though, I don't know what to expect with McCarthy. It didn't look too good in the preseason, and now you got Jefferson with a bad hamstring. Addison's out for 3 games.
Yep. Aaron Jones is old.
Yeah, I don't see. They're not going to be like they were last year. That's for sure.
Well, you wouldn't imagine so.
Right.
You imagine last year was just one of those fluke years, and then they got to the playoffs and looked awful. So
right, yes.
What is there to build on? Green Bay is one of those teams that everybody's loving. Got Micah Parsons, 9.5 wins. That's a lot for this team. I don't know. I don't see it for them. I think my reasoning is Jordan Love looks really good one week, and then very mediocre the next week.
Yeah.
And then some weeks he doesn't even look, very good. So until he learns how to become more consistent, which was his 3rd year starting, he should start figuring it out.
Right.
And if he does that, who knows?
Yeah. He's also had very bad luck at his receiving spot. They've used 2 first-round picks in the last few years, and the one this year, Golden, he's the same. He's a 5'11" receiver, just like the rest of them on there. So you got 4 of the same receiver, and all of them stay hurt. So it's a matter of health with them on offense, because Jacobs is consistent as a running back, always is. But like I said, Jordan Love's going to have to get his receivers playing consistently if they want to be a threat.
Yeah, and just looking at Chicago, we haven't talked about them yet. 8.5 wins seems like a lot to me. I don't see them getting there. But if Caleb Williams takes a big step forward, I know they love that tight end. They drafted Colston Loveland.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it. I don't know where the weapons are coming from offensively and defensively. I don't know how they've really gotten better there.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago's one of those defenses, though, that just seems like no matter what the offense is doing, you're going to have a pretty good D in Chicago. Now, the thing is, it's Caleb Williams going to take the step. I mean, he's got the weapons, too. So it's not like they didn't go out and provide him what he needs. He has to make that leap.
Yeah.
He has to decide upon himself if he wants to be an elite quarterback or if he just wants to sell nail polish. You know, I mean, he's got to really bring it this year. And it's going to be tough because it's sophomore year. So
we were talking about this the other day, just the photo of Ben Johnson before training camp when he first took the job till now, the dude looks like he's aged when he hears, man. Yeah. So I don't know if that's any indication of what's going on, but the dude looks rough. I know he did a great job in Detroit. If he does it again, hey, man, more power to him. But to me, I still like Detroit in this one. I don't know. I think Green Bay could pull it out if Jordan Love gets hot.
Yeah.
But I still like Detroit.
I do too. I mean, you still got Goff, who's been playing really good ball. St. Brown's an elite receiver. You're getting Laporta, hopefully healthy back fully. He was kind of in and out last year, didn't use him a lot. But you still got Gibbs and Montgomery and that defense. You're only getting Aiden Hutchinson back on defense.
Yeah.
So they just got better. I mean, the rich got richer here in this case. So
to me, their only thing is they lost their 2 coordinators, which is it's tough. It is tough. But still, you still got Dan Campbell there. You still got the same guys there. I don't see a whole lot changing. Yeah. Maybe you're not going to get as many wins, but still, you're going to be in that 10, 11, 12 range, I think. NFC South might be one of the funnest divisions. Just a lot of unknowns there. Some shootouts last year. We'll kick it off. Tampa Bay, 9.5 wins, plus 100 for the over, minus 120 for the under. Atlanta, 7.5 wins, minus 145 for the over, plus 125 for the under. Carolina, 6.5 wins, minus 135 for the over, plus 115 for the under. New Orleans, 4.5 wins, minus 145 for the over, plus 125 for the under. Just initial thoughts on that division.
My initial thought is every one of those teams is going to go under because Tampa Bay is going to end up with 9 wins, so right under their 9.5. Everybody else, who knows where they're going to end up. It's going to be below what their number is. So this is a pretty bad division in football this year.
Yeah. I don't know. I think New Orleans might be in the running for the worst team. I know people are talking about, when we were talking about the AFC, the Browns and I don't know. I think that their roster it's not built to win this year.
I mean, and not to knock Spencer Rattler too bad, because I know that's all he gets is knocked. But when he beats out your rookie to be that starter, it's not the ideal situation you want to be in if you're the Saints.
To me, if I'm Atlanta, all my success is going to depend on Michael Penix.
Yep.
If he stays healthy, if he can throw the ball down the field like he was last year and get open up the field a little bit more, great. If he can't, they got Kirk Cousins to fall back on.
Right.
Whether they want to go that route or not, Michael Pitts just has not been good since he's been in his career. He's just not lived up to the hype. Not what a number 4 pick should be.
No.
And other than that, Bijan Robinson is one of the best weapons in the NFL. A lot of people like Drake London, Maroney. They got some weapons. So
yeah,
if Pitts takes a step forward, this team could be scary.
Absolutely. And like you said, if you go back to where if Kyle Pitts can actually perform like a top 10 draft pick he was, that team gets scary, Because, I mean, like you said, London and Maroney are good on his outside already. Robinson is a beast. Even Algiers is a beast. The defense is always a bit shaky down there. So this offense is going to have to bring it this year, and it's going to become with Penix and Pitts. It's going to need those two to step up.
Can Carolina make a jump? I know a lot of people like the way they fought last year. Their defense was just really bad. Offense showed some stuff last year, especially Bryce Young. I mean, I don't know. And myself, I've got to wait and see. To me, I just don't know a lot about this division, what's going to happen. Each week, I think it's probably going to be shootouts when they face each other.
Right. With Carolina, though, at least they went out and got Ted McMillan from Arizona, big receivers they got. So to go with him with Leggett now, that's a pretty good combo. Now, you still are missing Brooks, who's going to miss another year, unfortunately. So you're relying on Chuba and whoever else they got. That offense can stay out there long enough. The defense, not, so they don't get wore down as bad, may have a chance in this. I mean, this division's up for grabs. All 4 of these teams could do it if they wanted. It's just whoever wants to take it.
To me, I'm gonna pull a surprise. I'm gonna take Atlanta to win this division. Even though I love listening to Leggett give interviews, he's one of my favorite guys to listen to. He's in my Randy Moss and Avery Johnson category. If you guys haven't heard this guy talk, go on YouTube and listen to him. He is fantastic. Yes. He is so entertaining. Who do you like in this division?
Honestly, I'm probably going to stick with Tampa. Just because the way Mayfield played last year was really good. And
he was
you got him the good running back combo with White and Irving there too. So, I mean, they've got all the pieces to be the division champ again. So it's a matter of now, can the receiver stay healthy? Mike Evans is getting older. He's not guaranteed for 1,000 yards every year, but he's getting older. And Chris Godwin's already hurt. McMillan's been hurt. So their receiving core is they worry me right now.
Yeah.
So
speaking of Mike Evans, if it's week 18 and he's about anywhere within 200 yards of 1,000, might as well pencil that dude in.
Just go ahead and play him that. Go ahead and play him that week.
Just pencil fantasy week. Just take that guy fantasy week 18. If he's close to 1,000 yards and doesn't have, just go ahead and get him. You won't be disappointed.
He's going to get it. So.
And then we'll move on to our last division, the NFC West. Very interesting division, I will say. San Francisco, 10.5 wins under plus 105, the under minus 125. Seattle, 8.5 wins, plus 110 for the over, minus 130 for the under. The Rams, the LA Rams, 9.5 wins, minus 130 for the over, plus 110 for the under. Arizona Cardinals, 8.5 wins on the season, minus 125 for the over, and plus 105 for the under.
So what's the lowest in that division?
8.5.
Oh.
2 of them, Seattle and the Arizona Cardinals. So
that's a lot of wins to get in division.
It's a lot of wins for that division, which I can, depending on schedules and stuff, you never know. A lot of high-powered offenses, a lot of aggressive defenses. Last year, San Francisco just fell apart. They didn't have anybody left to play.
Yeah, everybody was
going into the season. They don't have a lot of weapons offensively.
Yeah, they're still hurt.
That has to affect that 10.5, right?
I would think so. I would take the under on that just because, like I said, you don't know when you're getting Ayuk back. Jennings could be out a while. Not that Ricky Pearsall is not bad. He's a good receiver, but you're going to need more help, And McCaffrey, you just kind of hold your breath every year. Is this going to be the year he plays all 17 games, or is this the
Like last year.
typical injury year? You know,
And then George Kittle's in that same boat.
Kittle likes to get hurt.
So, and then Seattle, you know, Sam Darnold coming in. A lot of people love what he did last year in Minnesota. You got to love what he did last year in Minnesota.
Absolutely.
But he's coming off that bad playoff performance. Does that hurt? I know the guys in that Minnesota locker room last year loved this guy.
Right.
Can he do that again in Seattle is their question.
He can have success because you got Smith Najigba, who's a very, very talented receiver. You got Kenneth Walker in the backfield. So you got pieces there for you. And Darnold, like I said, has proven he should be here. You know, I mean, it's taken him a while to get there, but he's went through the trials and last year showed that he can play elite football if he wants, you know, minus those last 2 games. But
hey, with the Rams, I think this is the injury question.
This division is injury.
Because when you look at the Rams, you look at Arizona. Can Stafford stay healthy? Can Kyler Murray stay healthy? Kyler Murray's probably been more healthy than Stafford in the last few years.
Yeah.
But
he's had some big injuries too.
It all depends on these quarterbacks, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Rams team? Is 9.5? That's a lot.
That's a lot, but when you add Devontae Adams to go across Puka, that I could see the number being around it. Kyron Williams is a stud at running back too. So the defense is a little question. You don't have Aaron Donald, obviously, which last year they kind of proved they could still go on without him, you know. But it's going to come down to Stafford's health for them.
Yeah, and then when Arizona, to me, a lot of people like this team. It's one of these teams that people nationally are picking to do better than what a lot of people think. And they're saying, well, Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't have a good rookie season. He'll have a bounce back. And, you know, Connor is going to be here. They've added some pieces here and there. I don't know. It just depends on health. You could tell me that any one of these teams win this division, and I would say yeah, I see it. So this is out of everything we've picked so far, AFC, NFC, I really have no idea.
It's really a toss-up.
I really have no idea.
Yeah.
Gun to my head right now, I think I like Seattle, I think. I don't know why.
That's not bad either. So, honestly, I'm probably taking the Rams at this point. And like I said, a lot of that is a huge factor on Stafford's back. So,
last things before we wrap up. Who do you like out of everybody in the NFC? Who you like coming out, making it back to the Super Bowl? I know it's so early. Anything can happen.
Yes.
But preseason, who do you like? If everybody stays healthy, is the scenario. If all these teams are healthy and are playing their best, who do you like coming out of that?
Honestly, I still like Philly. They've proven that they can tell you exactly what they're running and still do what they want to do. So when you can tell that to people, tell them exactly what you're going to run it down their throat and get first downs, touchdowns, somebody's going to have to stop them. And until I can really see that, I mean, aside from Hurts getting injured 2 years ago, that was the only thing really slowed down this team in 3 years. So I don't see that really changing yet.
And this is going to shock some people what I say here. And I just, in my head, I see Washington struggling in the regular season. But I'd like them to make a run in the postseason because they did it last year. They're not afraid of anybody. You play Philly 2 more times, you start learning them guys. Jaden Daniels is, and I think I like Washington to pull an upset at this point. Now, whether that happens or they don't even make the playoffs, I wouldn't be shocked if they don't make the playoffs. But I'm saying if they get in, I don't want to see them if I'm in the NFC.
Because if they got in, that means Daniels has played well enough and he's still healthy enough going into that he's going to be a threat.
And I know they're older and that's harder for them to sustain stuff, but I don't know if Detroit is going to get there. I don't know. Philly, obviously on paper, should, I think.
Right.
But I do like Washington. I think they'll be sneaky once they get in the playoffs. If they get in the playoffs. Like I said, they might not even make it.
Right.
I don't know. But, okay, now, who do you like for if the MVP's coming out of this conference, who would it be? Who do you think?
Oh, that's going to be a tough one. Honestly, like you said, though, if Daniels makes that run and can get over the sophomore slump, I mean, he's got to be kind of a top contender, I would imagine. Yeah. Especially if we're going to be talking about them come playoff time. Yeah. I would think he's got to be in that conversation.
Well, to me, MVP usually starts with quarterbacks. Obviously, if Philly has a big year out of this, normally I would say Saquon Barkley would be your MVP. He's probably the favorite, I would imagine, out of this conference. But say Jordan Love gets hot, he'd be an MVP candidate. Jaden Daniels, so I will go. I'll stick with you, and I'll second the Jaden Daniels just because I was made the dumb pick of them winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
So might as well let down that hill as well. So anything else you want to add about this NFC conference or the league in general?
No, this should be a fun season coming up, and like I said, we're hoping the Bengals stay healthy and all that good stuff. But no, this should be very exciting. Excited to see what these young rookies do, see what these second-year guys do. Just going to be very interesting.
If you want to get involved, like, follow, subscribe, comment on everything. If you think my Washington take is dumb, say, hey, Randy, you're an idiot. Washington's, they're not even going to make the playoffs. Jaden Daniels can't win an MVP if you don't make it. Hey, that's fine. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their team. It's not serious. We just want everybody to be involved, have fun with it. It's the NFL season. That's what you're supposed to do. Have fun with it. Just thanks again for watching.